School. I hope you had a great day yesterday. Today we are going to have a look at one of my books, and it's this one, My Parents Cancelled My Birthday. This book came out last summer, so in 2019, and it features a character called Tom, and as you can guess from the title, he gets his birthday cancelled by his parents. Here's Tom here. I really like catchy titles. You probably guessed from looking at my books. I like titles that give you an idea of what the story's going to be about and kind of hook you in. So this is about Tom. It's his birthday and he's very excited. Everybody likes a birthday, right? He's super excited because in his family they have something called a lucky birthday, which is when your age matches the date. So his birthday is on August the 11th and he's going to be 11 this year on August the 11th. So it's a lucky birthday and he can't wait to see what his parents have arranged for him. He thinks it's going to be epic. But things start to go wrong in the family, and in the end his parents just cancel his birthday. So I'm going to read a tiny bit to you from the opening chapter, just so you get a sense. Got to put my specs on there. Okay, chapter 1, the fall. It all started when a pig fell off the roof. It wasn't just any old pig, it was our pig, Tiny. Tiny was my sister Meg's pet pig. Tiny was a pygmy pig, which is a special kind of cute, small pig. At least, that's what the man we bought her from said. Oh yeah, she won't grow bigger than a pug, he said. Only Tiny kept on growing. Bigger than a pug, bigger than a spaniel, bigger than a Labrador. Bigger and bigger and bigger until she ended up regular pig size. And regular pigs are surprisingly big. They weigh a lot too. The hugeness of Tiny meant she couldn't live in our house as Meg had planned, and the garden was too small. In the end, Dad decided to make a home for her on the garage roof. He built a fence around it and put a little pig house up there, and once a week he'd climb through the bathroom window onto the roof and muck it off, which meant shoveling all the pig mess and old straw over the side. Anyway, it was a Sunday, a normal Sunday, or so I thought. How wrong. We were all sitting out in the garden, me, Mum, Dad and Meg, plus my Nana Maureen, with her tiny Chihuahua dog, Margarita. Nana had recently dyed her hair again, blue this time with purple tips. The grown-ups were drinking tea and me and Meg were sitting on the grass. Everything was normal, fine, just a regular Sunday in August, until crack. There was a crack. Then thud, there was a thud, a big thud. In fact, a really massive thud. We all jumped up in shock. Then Meg cried out, "Tiny!" That's what had caused the humongous thud sound. It was the sound of a huge pig falling off a roof. We all rushed over. Everyone was shouting, "Tiny, Tiny, are you okay?" All of us except Nana. She was shouting, "Margarita, where are you?" I looked around. Margarita had vanished. Had she run off, frightened by the falling pig? Was she inside, out on the street? Where could she be? Where could she? And then we all had the same thought at exactly the same time. Oh no. Mum looked at Dad, her eyes as wide as dinner plates. Dad muttered, "Spanjo." Meg twizzled her hair nervously. Then Tiny stood up. Dad gasped. Nana shrieked, "Ah!" Then thud. Another thud this time, a bit less massive than the pig falling thud, but still pretty big. This was a Nana falling thud. So that's where Margarita was. She hadn't run away, worse luck for her. She had been on the patio and Tiny had fallen straight on her, a direct hit. What were the chances of that happening? But there was no time to puzzle that out. Nana had collapsed. Mum rushed to help her and I saw Dad spreading a large pair of pants that he'd pulled off the washing line over the exact spot on the patio where Tiny had crashed down. So that's the start of the book. Everything starts to go wrong from there. That's an example of a story starting in action, which I think is a really good idea. You don't want to start your story describing stuff too much. You want to get straight to the point, hit the ground running, and try and pull your readers in that way. So as the story progresses, Tom decides in the end that he'll organise his own birthday, and that becomes a bit complicated. And eventually gets help from his sister Meg and from his best friend Keith and his friend Harry, and they manage to pull off an incredible but slightly unscripted birthday that involves things like chickens, gladiator, combat, and a ride in a police car. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to hand you over to Fran and Rachel now, who've got some really good activities for you to do today that are all based on the story, and I'll check in with you again tomorrow morning. Bye!